Nice. This is my new C8 Z06 Corvette. Now, the Z06 has been out for a little while now, but this one is kind of special for two specific reasons. First one is because originally when I was going to be getting a Z06, I wasn't going to be able to fully spec it out, and this one is. Well, minus the Z07 package. And when I tried to explain that to my wife and I told her all these extra options that I was getting in this car specifically that I was looking at, she basically had her eyes glazed over and was giving me the, well, that's because she's not a car person. But when I mentioned what I got it for, which is the second reason, she started kind of paying attention. And that's because I got this C8 Corvette for $17,000 under MSRP. Pretty much one of the best deals I've found out there for a Z06 on the market as of today. Generally the best thing I ever saw was maybe 10 grand under for like a fully specced out one. But 17,000? Yeah, I had to kind of jump on that one. And like, no, literally, there were two other buyers that were trying to get this car at the same time I was getting to it. And I drove two and a half hours to get to the dealership before they did. And I'm so glad I did. And the thing is that when I told my wife how much cheaper it is, her first reaction was, well, what's wrong with it? And to answer that question, as of this second, nothing. But it did have a little bit of a hard life at the start. And I will say it is not a brand new. It's pretty much brand new. It only has just under 4,000 miles on it. Probably give or take a little bit more because, you know, I drove quite a few miles with this already since I bought it. But even if you looked at the market in regards to slightly used Z06s, this is still way under. And I'll explain the reasoning why it's so under. And I'd like to say that I was really savvy and a great negotiator, and I told them this is my final number and you better hit it. At the dealership, I was like, no, I basically ran over there and begged them to give me the car. So thanks for tuning in, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We do a whole bunch of different Corvette product reviews, how-to installs, a whole bunch of stuff on a new platform now, the Z06. And I am so excited about this. I've literally had this since yesterday. And yeah, I am totally in love with it. And what's special about it is, and I haven't really told many people about it, I've had friends of mine that have Z06s and have offered to let me drive it, go on a drive with them. And I've said no to every single one of them. And that is because I wanted the first experience in a Z06 to be the car that I owned. So I waited 2.5 years to get to this point, and oh my gosh, it was amazing. So that being said, let's get into the details of this car and tell you what the actual MSRP price along with my final price that I did, because we do have a giveaway and I have a winner to announce in regards to that giveaway. So I'm also really excited about that too. Okay, so first thing we're gonna talk about here is the color. Originally, I was planning to get this in a black color because I was gonna plan to wrap it. Lo and behold, I ended up getting this one, which is an Amplify orange, which is still a great color. I do personally believe the Sebring orange color is a better color. I liked it better on my old traditional Stingray. I'm glad that GM is bringing it back as a new color, but yeah, this one works pretty well. And in all honesty, I'm still gonna be wrapping this car, so the original paint job underneath is gonna be protected and it's just gonna help with resale value eventually. Although I didn't buy this car for a resale value, honestly. It does have the two-tone exterior roof where it is the carbon flash on the nacelles and roof. I have the roof down, obviously, so it makes it easier to see the inside. But yeah, it's the HTC hardtop convertible version with the black wheels to kind of go with it. And an all black interior. And when I mean all black, regular black seats that are the GT2 seats here, and a pretty good deal, including the stealth package option for the Bose speakers and center dash pieces, and then also the unique stitching that you see only on the 3LZs, if I remember. That really helps it kind of stand apart and look really good. The carbon fiber steering wheel with the Z06 logo, awesome. Heck guys, this thing is still new that it has the original film, that protection film on the actual instrument cluster. So that's kind of pretty cool that it still even had that. But all the creature comforts that you see in the 3LZ has front lift capability, all the different things, blindside alert and all that kind of stuff. Just a really well spec'd out car, and I cannot believe I was able to get this Z06, honestly. So this car does not have the Z07 package. That was one of the things that, like, honestly, that is pretty much okay with me, because we're going to do quite a bit to this car in regards to modifications. I'm still gonna probably get a Z07 wing, but it's gonna be aftermarket and look pretty damn good. And it'll be a great opportunity to show you guys how to do an install in regards to a Z06 style wing if you wanted to try to do it from home. There's really, at this point, there's really not that much information on how to install a Z07 wing on a Z06. So yeah, that's gonna be a good opportunity. I'm really looking forward to it. I'll just kind of spill the beans a little bit. I am planning to put a Z07 wing on this, so it's gonna look nice, along with a whole bunch of different other carbon fiber pieces. The exhaust the exhaust tips are in the traditional silver. I'm probably going to black them out, but honestly, there's stuff that's gonna go on with that exhaust that I really can't talk about yet. So, but I am really excited about it. I really wish I could share with you guys, because I want to tell you guys so badly, but I need to make sure I, lock it down first before I announce anything. So that's what's going on with this. Again, this is an HTC, so the hardtop convertible. So I decided I wanted to go a little different than the coupe before. Kind of just, play around with the idea of having the convertible. Then actually, honestly, even in the simple drive that I've had, it makes a huge difference, even when, between the two, having the top down for the two different ones between the coupe and the HTC. This, because you have that center opening over here, lets the airflow work a lot better. That it does really well even at high speeds as compared to the coupe, where you get a lot of turbulent flow, a lot of turbulent noise in the cabin at higher speeds, like even just highway speeds. But yeah, overall, this is such a beauty. And I'll have a later video coming out going into a little bit about my driving experience, comparing it to a Stingray versus the Z06 at a later point. Literally, this all happened under a span of 24 hours. I saw this car online for sale, called the dealership, they told me, basically, we're not gonna hold it for you or anything. There's two other buyers. It's first come, first serve, and if you want it, you need to come over here. Yeah, that was probably one of the quickest gut decisions that I had to explain to my wife, and actually she took it extremely well. Again, probably the fact because it was 17,000 under MSRP that it even happened. So, because otherwise she would have been like, what are you doing? No, we had a plan. What are you doing? Yeah, impulse buys. So we did a quick overview of this car and such. So let's get into the price and how I got it for this price. So the first thing, yes, it's used, it's slightly used, has just over 4,000 miles, which does take into account the under MSRP price, but by a little bit. Honestly, if you look out in the market, as of the publishing of this video, you can find a Z06 around, with the same kind of mileage, 4,000 miles, maybe 5, 6 under MSRP, but not 17,000 under MSRP. But what happened to this car is actually kind of unique. And I need you guys to hold on with me while I explain it, because at first you're gonna be like, oh, well, Jesus Christ, why did you, you're an idiot or whatnot. But hang in there with me, because there is a good reasoning and engineering thought process that is behind this. Now, okay, the big thing is that this car is a Chevy buyback. Essentially, this car is a lemon car. Now again, hold on with me before you're like, oh my God, you're an idiot. No, it's different. This is different. Generally, I would never ever look at a lemon car, especially a Z06, because there are instances where, transmissions and engines blow up. But this car is not that. No, so I looked at the entire history of this car in detail to make sure I wasn't missing something. But what happened with this specific Z06 is that the previous owner brought it in for his first oil change. Everything was hunky-dory, and as the technician was doing the oil change, he noticed a little bit of oil leaking coming from the front engine cover. He mentioned it to the other techs and also the owner at the time. And essentially what needed to happen is that that front engine cover gasket had to get replaced. Now, to do that job requires the engine to get pulled out, which is a big job in regards to that. But it's something, one, it's fully warranted, and two, the gasket is a simple thing that can actually be replaced and is not actually a critical issue with the engine itself. The engine's gonna be still perfectly fine. It is not a transmission issue where the transmission was gonna blow up or something like that. It wasn't like spewing oil all over the place. It was a small leak. And that owner just didn't want to deal with it and basically told Chevy, hey, I don't want this car anymore, buy it back. This is a lemon to me and I want another car, or I'm not sure what he ended up doing. This car originally was in California, so who knows? But the point is that this car still has its full 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty. And on top of that, when this repair was done to the car, the owner of the dealership then drove it for about another 1,000 miles. And to me, that was basically solidifying the deal that this car has no more issues with it. And it was just a slight issue because, let's be honest, production of these cars, it's all, a lot of it is hand done, especially the engines. If it is something where it's just a faulty gasket, that's an easy fix. Well, relatively, I mean, you still got to take the engine out, but that is a relatively easy fix. That is not a design flaw. It is not a flaw to the engine block itself or any of those kind of major components that would, really total an engine or whatnot. It was just a simple small leak. But because of that though, this car had to be registered technically in the legal terms as a lemon car. And that is honestly something that, scares a lot of buyers away because like, oh, it's a lemon car, I'm not gonna touch that. But if you look at the details and really understand what happened with this car, nothing. It was a small thing, required a little bit of a job to actually fix the issue. But this car is great. And I drove it for another 500, 600 miles. And this car has been flawless, absolutely flawless. And I got it for $17,000 under MSRP. Oh my God, I can't believe I did it. Like, I thought personally the C8 Corvette, when I got that car, was like a life achievement, which it was. But this is another life achievement. And honestly, this would have never happened without the support from you guys. Watching this kind of video, like subscribing to the channel, I really do appreciate it. It makes the world of difference. And I absolutely love doing this stuff. Now, with that being said, let's get into the numbers. And so I can actually announce who the winner of the first giveaway is. If you haven't seen the first giveaway one, essentially when I was announcing that I'm getting a Z06 eventually, I did a little contest. I call it giveaway contest, whatever. But essentially I wanted everybody to kind of guess what my MSRP would be that of my Z06. Whoever was able to get closest without going over wins a 3-pack of suede organized containers that are great to have in the back of your car and such. Really, really nice, like $250 worth of products. So really, really cool. Also, really big shout out to Extreme Online Store and Custom Interior for sponsoring that and making that happen. Really, really cool. But in any case though, so because the situation was a little different though, I am gonna say that the MSRP is still gonna be the number I'm gonna work off of, and not the actual value of what I paid. But that's because if I had done that, if I went off of my Price is Right rules, where if you go over, you lose or whatnot, from whatever you claim the number is, nobody would have won. So that tells you what kind of deal I got. But in any case, for this 3LZ HTC Corvette with a bunch of nice options on it, the MSRP for it was $138,000 and like 400 and change, but 138,000 essentially. So doing the math on this car, I got a 3LZ HTC Corvette Z06 for $121,000 for a practically brand new Z06. It is all mine and I'm so happy about it. So with that being said, the winner for that is actually someone I know from the local DFW area. He put in his input. And so Brett, congratulations, you have won the first giveaway. So I'll have to get in contact with you and I'll get those to you. So congrats, man. They're pretty sweet little organizers for the back of your SUV or whatnot. They're really cool. And guys, let me know what you think about the price I paid for this. If you think I'm crazy for getting this car that's a lemon technically, but I do genuinely believe, I think this is a killer deal. I think there'd be situations like this for others that are looking for a really good deal. They're okay with things that might have been wrong but been fixed with the car that are not major issues. And that's not even considering the fact like the ZR1 being announced has taken a little bit of hit on the C8 Corvette prices, both the Stingrays and the Z06s and the E-Rays for that matter. But I mean, overall, this is, you know, still a killer of a deal. So there, again, there is a lot of different things we're gonna do with this car, a lot. I mean, both from our regular sponsors and new sponsors. I'm excited to share in this next chapter of the New Horizon channel. So again, I appreciate every single one of you guys viewing, subscribing to the channel. It really means a lot to me. If you like this video, please check out any of my other videos, and we'll see you next time. Take care, guys.